What the heck is going on? I don't know. Big Nasty Seth sent me a I appreciate you package. And I don't know why I rate this. We were talking about buying gold at one point, and I don't know. I don't think that deal got done. But I made some comment about his Soviet Union money. I said the Soviet money, the Soviet era money, will be just as valuable in the future as the Nazi money and stamps are now. The Soviet era stuff it hasn't been far enough in the past yet, but it will become valuable someday as a historical artifact. Anyway, the thumbnail yesterday on that video or on that live was a possum looking at you. But you also noticed that there was hi Jenna, there was a skunk hanging up in the background. That's when I used to actually skin fur for trappers on a semi-commercial basis. They would bring their fur from their day's catch to me. I would take care of it, skin it, brush it, comb it, wash it, whatever, and return it to them the next day when they brought their next load. I did that for several years. On my own, I also worked for several fur buyers as a skinner. I worked for Anderson Fur Buying in Minnesota, up Wilmer anyway. I forget if it was Anderson or who it was. Dual Fur Company down in Wellman, Iowa. I worked for the Huffman Brothers Fur Company up here in Little Cedar for a little bit. And I've always skinned my own fur. We were taught how to do that. And I would skin anything. Doesn't matter what it is. I've skinned zebras. I've skinned lions. I've skinned anything. People will not or did not want to skin skunks. They did not want to skin mink because they have scent glands right on either side of their anus, below their tail, and people would always hit them and they'd stink the place up. So nobody wanted to skin them. I would skin them because I know how. And so I was valuable to the fur buyer, the employer, because I would do something that somebody else wouldn't. Hey, Seth, I'm about ready to open your box right here, buddy. You notice the little sticker on the bottom. Hey, Tarragonsu, how are you, buddy? Yeah, we're just going to open up this box. I had to wait till after. I was supposed to be up with Ginger this morning, and I completely fucking forgot and blew it off because I had to pay somebody that was on my mind this morning, and I completely forgot Ginger. Damn. But anyway, I came up in chat, and I bought some stuff. Not a big deal. He didn't hate on me like I thought maybe he would, but, you know, that was all me. That was my fuck up right there. And I got this thing set up. Durbin, let me get it out of here without fucking up this camera too much. Durbin sent me a coin scope, but I haven't installed the driver yet, and I haven't downloaded it to my phone either, but the app to my phone. But I got to download the app and put the driver in my computer. But there it is, and it actually attaches with a USB, so I got to get a longer USB cable, an extension cord, as they say. So I got that I got to do today, and I got to order some parts for my wood burning stove because it's getting that time of year. It needs to be done. Even if it doesn't get inspected this year, I still need to put a new seal on the door. I still need to put some anti-corrosion compound into the water, and I got to start turning the fan on to get it circulating again. Even without the heat being in it, the water still needs to circulate. So anyway, we're going to open this box. I'll put the camera down here so you can see this a little better. And I'm going to suck down some coffee before you do that. Oh, yeah. All right. Let me put the camera down here just a little bit. Up you go. All right. Down here you go. Just like that. All right. Let's see. What? Oh, there's another sticker on the side too. I didn't even see that one. Danny's Smokehouse, fully loaded. And this one, of course, is Pangea. All right. Looks like I got into the cardboard there. I think I'd use these boxes over and over again if I didn't fuck them up. And that is exactly why this is not a child-friendly video. None of mine are because of the language. Sorry. It's just, I blame it on my military. I do. All right. Looks like Seth reuses, ooh, that's a good one, Seth. That's a good one. I can reuse that one. These other ones are kind of fucked up, but I might be able to use that one again. I don't know. Sometimes I get so many, I got to take a load out and burn them. I try to give them away, but nobody wants them. Okay, there's something in this one. Let me move the box off here. There's something in that one. I know there's something in here. Now let's go through the rest of this packaging here. You know, oh, there's something right there. That's why you go through packaging. That's why you go through packaging. You got all this packaging in here, and you have to go through it. Otherwise, you throw things away. You don't really want to. All right, but I am keeping this. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's brand new. All right, let's unwrap this. See what we got. We'll get rid of this. Okay, more packaging. What do we got here? What the hell? 5 grams of silver. It looks like there might be something sexy in there. Comes up that way. I don't have fingernails, so I have to use something that's... Oh, look at that, would you? It's $9.99 silver, made by Pan Silver Company. Well, that's a kind of a sexy looking little gal there. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I like that. I wonder what she looks like on the backside. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't open that. Oh, it looks like it opens up there. And that's, see this thing with no fingernails? What'd I say? What'd I say, Jen? What'd I say? Oh, there it comes. It came out. There, it opens up like that. There's the front side of her. There's the back side of her. See what it says? 5 grams silver, 9.99 silver on the back side. Look at that. Ain't that neat? She needs bigger boobs, though. You can tell Mom that, too. Needs bigger boobs. I'll pay for the operation. I told that to my wife. You need bigger boobs, dear. I'll pay for the operation. She said, not on your life. So there went that dream. But yeah, that's kind of neat. I like that. Thank you, Seth. That's a neat little gal there. Put her in there like that. Put her back in the box. All right. That goes in that one. I have a special ammo can. That these go into. Neat. Oh, okay. We'll put you down there for right now. Oh, this one that I bought. Not to get off subject here, but this one that I bought. That's the Super Bowl XXVI, I think it was. And it's a nice case too. And this was authorized by the NFL. Yeah, the Metrodome. It was Sunday, January 26, 1992. The Metrodome in Minneapolis, Super Bowl XXVI. This big old silver coin here. Get on there. This big old silver coin here. As soon as I told my nephew about this, he said, sold. So that one went real quick. I mean, I opened the package. I got this. I opened it up. I texted my nephew and he said, sold. Sent me the money within 10 minutes. So he obviously has a buyer already lined up. Because that's what he does. He deals in sports paraphernalia. He's a manager of a Ace Hardware store, but he deals in sports-related paraphernalia. So all the sports-related stuff I get, I try to give him first crack at. He's bought everything that I've bought except for a quarter-ounce gold piece. He thought it was a little much. Well, here, I got to look at chat. I don't know if that, it doesn't say official flip coin on it, but it could be. I don't know. But as soon as I said I had it and showed him the pictures, he said, sold. So anyway, all right, we got this one. This one's going to be destroyed when I get in it, I think, or try to get in it. I have this Angry Warrior tackle box package opening tool, but sometimes it doesn't work just the way I want it to. So then we have to get out the other package opening tool. Damn it. Which is this one. Right here. And I think this is the one we're going to have to use. I hate doing this because you never can tell what you're cutting exactly. So you try and get under the cover. Ah, come on, get out of there. There you go. I hate doing that. But see, sometimes you get in here and then you cut stuff that's in there. I don't like doing that, but all right, look at that. There's a thing in there. Ooh, there's a coin. I feel something else. Oh, wait a minute. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Come on there, come on there. I don't know if it'll come out. Oh, there it comes. Stickers! I got stickers. You know what? These might come. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I cut off the top of that one package. Look at that. That's what happens when you cut inside of these goddamn packages. I hate that. But, see, that was off the top of the money. This is a... Ooh, let me see if I can get it out of here now. I might have to cut it again. No, I might have to cut it again. I can get it out of there. This is a Soviet Union. A Soviet Union coin. If I get a little bit closer. See that? CCCP. That's the Soviet Union. It's one something or another. 1982. Let's see. When did the Soviet Union collapse? 1990. 3, 4. It was right after Afghanistan. Their involvement in Afghanistan. Got to be 93, 92, 93, something like that. Let me see. Does this say? Hold up a second. I gotta get my old eyes out. That's what the coin scope is for, but I don't have the driver downloaded. 87. This is 87. One P something or another. It's 1987. I like Soviet era money. I like the old Nazi stuff too, but that's politically incorrect. So why isn't this politically incorrect when the Nazi stuff was politically incorrect? Yeah, the Nazis exterminated 6 million Jews. Stalin exterminated 20 million people of his own. Just starved them to death. So why isn't that politically incorrect? 91 they were dissolved. I knew it was in the 90s. Early 90s too. Because I retired from the military in 95 and they were gone by then. That's why we switched from learning Russian language. We were in Russian language school. They switched us to Saudi Arabian. Assalamu alaikum. And then we have stickers. A whole pack of stickers. And some of these I may have, and some of these I may not. I have to look in my sticker book, but I know I got ginger stickers. And I know I have this one. I know I have this one. I do not have this one. I do not have this one. That goes in my book. I think I have a little one from Florida Metal Detecting. I don't think I have the big one. So this goes in my sticker book too. And I think this, I don't know if I got John Waltz or not. I'm going to have to look in there and see. But like this one, and this one will now go out on my safe because I have them in my sticker book. And I'm not sure about this one, but these two will go in my sticker book for sure. So I'll get my safe covered with stickers here one of these days. All of my original, the stickers that I don't have go in my sticker book, and then stickers, if I have extras of them, then I start sticking them on stuff. Get in there, you. Ginger's got that weird size one. All right, there we go. So I got to move this stuff out of the way so you can see it. We got stickers. We got a sexy lady. Oop, I'm going to have to get this coin up here. I need a coin stand for that, though. There we go. Did we get it the right way? Yeah, that's the right way. And we'll put it like that so you can actually see it. Somehow so you can actually see it. Like that, probably. Okay. Yeah, all right. And then we got this oh no, there's another card in here too. Let's see if that is. And we got to open it like this, I think. And we're going to have to open it like that. I should cover my car in everyone's stiffest. That depends on the car. Might hold it together if she's a rusty bitch. Come on there, you. What's in there? Ooh, paper money. This is Soviet paper money, I believe. Yes, it is. I can't read Russian. We weren't very far along in a Russian language course when they switched us, but see if I can get it up here to where you can actually see it. See up at the top, CCCP. Seven 52111. Every bit of paper currency I've ever seen always has a serial number on. That's cool, man. That's neat. I like that. Now I got to get a paper holder for it. I know where to get them. Okay, hold up a second. Now I got to put that back here. Okay, we'll put that on the coin stand. Let me get another one. Hold up. I got another one here. That eagle. I just bought an eagle from Ginger, that silver eagle you guys saw. I'll have this one too. That'll go along with that. I like this high relief eagle made of copper. And that silver will go with this one as a set. And I'll keep those two. And for some reason I like eagles. Okay, whatever. That's my fetish. Eagles. Yeah, eagles. You know, when I was actually in grade school, like 4th or 5th grade, we had a signing thing because eagles were damn near extinct at the time. And they had all of us students sign this thing about eagles, and we had a presentation about how rare they were and endangered and whatever. And I don't know, we must have done a good job because DDT got banned, eggshells got harder, they started hatching more chicks, and now we have eagles right here by my house. Mile away, we have eagle nests. So 1 ruble, huh? That what, chat? The coin or the paper? Tarragansu. If you guys don't know Tarragansu, you should go to his channel because the man knows a lot. A lot. Anytime I got a question, I asked him. Little 2006 Buick LaCrosse. That's not a really small car. I mean, it's not like a Ford Focus or something, but the paper, okay. We don't have any golden eagles here. We have immature bald eagles. And a lot of people think they're goldens, but they're not. They're just immature bald eagles. Where are you at? Massachusetts. Okay. Well, I was stationed in Massachusetts for 3 years, but that was from 1980 to 1983. And we did a lot of training in the White Mountains up in New Hampshire. Didn't really train much in Vermont, maybe 1 or 2 trips over there. But hey, Ron, how are you, buddy? And we did not get up into Maine. But on the East Coast, yeah, a lot of New Hampshire and the White Mountains. I've climbed Mount Washington twice and drove up it once. If anybody knows where Mount Washington is in Massachusetts, but fun times. I'm not doing that crap anymore. Okay, there's a card in here too, I believe. Comes out. It says, thank you. No, I'm not. But thank you anyway, Seth. Now that card goes in my, there's a cigar box over there. It's all covered up now with coins and shit. I use it as a stage, but that's where all my personal notes go. All my little personal notes go in that box. Thank you very much, Seth. Thank you very much. That's much, much appreciated. But we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. We still got this thing right here. I think that's all that's in the envelope, though. Good Lord, I hope so. Yes, that's all that's in the envelope. Okay, so that can go over there. Now, we got to try and take this thing apart. Seth said he sent a jar of something. Yep, that's a jar. Box to be empty. What was in it is right here. This box, I wish it was just a little bigger. I could send Jenna her stuff in here. I'll use this box. I'll use this box right here. I'll send Jenna her stuff right here in this box. Right here, this box. Let me see if I can get camera over here. This box, I will send Jenna her stuff in this box. I think. Let me see. Will it fit? Yeah, it'll fit. She's got the cigar box fits right in there. And I got to put this coin stand in there somehow too, but I'll get that in there too. That'll work. That'll work. Good deal. There you go. See? Reusing stuff. It's a purposeful stuff. All right. Now I can move some of this stuff up just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Save myself a little bit of space right back here. What do we got? And open it up. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to have to. We're going to have to bring stuff back. We're going to have to do this. All right. Bring it back here. Bring it back. Come on. Bring her back. Look at that. Strawberry jam. Made in June. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, buddy, I'm going to love that. You know where that's going on? My daughter makes some awesome sourdough bread. She makes some awesome sourdough bread. So that will go on sourdough toast. Yes, buddy. Oh, I love that shit. I love that shit. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe Barnes. No. I was stationed at Fort Devens. Barnes, Mount Washington. What do you talk about, Barnes? What you talk about? Ah, okay, Tarragonsu, thank you. Good to know that. Yeah, I like Privy Maples. I try to collect as many of those as I can. You know, and I think a lot of the other mints are starting to follow suit now. The Australian mint did, or Perth mint, whatever the hell it's called. They started putting privies on kooks. There it is. And United States did when they put that Eagle privy on. Air National Guard, no. I was active Army. That's when the 10th Special Forces Group was stationed out at Fort Devens. They're in Fort Carson, Colorado now, but they were at Fort Devens. They just outgrew the base. Fort Devens got taken over. There's a museum now, and I think there's still a Army Reserve units there, but it was just getting surrounded by real estate, commercial real estate, or private real estate. So that there was no room to expand. The drop zone out on South Post wasn't the biggest for mass tactical jumps. You always had to go someplace else for a mass tactical jump. But I don't know. It was fun being stationed there. I loved it in the fall when the leaves turned. It was great looking country. I got nothing against Massachusetts other than being a communist state. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, all beautiful, beautiful states. Love it. The White Mountains. I think the White Mountains are at the northern end of the Appalachians, if I remember right. Balloons, wolf, and you're the horse privy. Balloons. I'm not real excited about that, but the wolf and the horse, yeah. Oh, that's neat, Jenna. You know, when the Confederate Army or Confederate Air Force or the other Air Forces come, depending on what they're flying, sometimes they bring C-47s. They bought a B-23, B-27 bomber that you got to go into. Couldn't go up in the cockpit, but you got to go in the back where the gunners were at and stuff, and the bomb bay. That they opened that up, and that's where you went up in. Sometimes they bring helicopters. I took a ride in a Huey what year was it? I forget. That would have been my last ride in a Huey helicopter. I've flown in a lot. I've actually flown Huey helicopters. Ridden in OH-58 Kiowas. Jumped out of Huey, jumped out of UH-60s, Blackhawks. Sea Stallions. Are they CH-53s? I forget what their nomenclature is. Sea Stallions. Bunch of them, but yeah, Hueys. If you get a chance, take a ride in a Huey helicopter. Yeah, it's what, $75 or whatever it is for a 10-minute ride, but it's still worth the money, believe me. Oh, Jenny, you should come out and visit them. I'll pay for you to take a tandem skydive. Then you can experience a plane ride and a skydive all at the same time. All for the first time. All of it for the first time. I paid for two of my daughters to do a skydive. Did a tandem jump. And that's the only time they're ever going to go. So it's not a big deal. But they got to experience it for one time anyway. And my wife has got 500-600 jumps. So she did a tandem also because it's been 20-25 years since she jumped. So she did a tandem also. Nah, you ain't that much of a chicken. You like scary stuff. And the scariest part of a skydive is leaving the airplane because you're going from something known into something unknown. From known into unknown. That's the hardest part for most people right there. Once they're in the air and actually flying, then they're having fun. Just watch videos of people doing skydives, and you'll see that's what it is. Yeah, but you won't crash into the ground. Do you know how rare that actually is? I mean, I could bring up the statistics from the United States Parachute Association does a roll up of statistics every year of jump injuries and fatalities. And by far and away, the biggest category of injuries is first time jumpers that are on their own under canopy, um, turning too close to the ground and running out of altitude in turn or something like that. But if you're far enough back and you're straight and level and you're just coming in straight and level, it's not a big deal. It's when you're doing that twist and turn and shit, that's when it's going to get you. So that's all you have to do is just remember stuff. A panic attack? Oh, come on. How can you get a panic attack from a video? You know, some of those videos, okay, look at me. Look at me. Even I get that funny feeling in the pit of my stomach sometimes when I'm watching people on the screen. But I don't when I'm doing it. Isn't that funny? I'll also get that funny feeling in the pit of my stomach, like if you've ever been up in a skyscraper, say the Sears Tower or Empire State Building or something like that, and you walk over to the edge, to the window, and you look straight down that building, then you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach. Why? Because you can reference your height to something. You're actually referencing your height to the building. When you're doing a skydive and you jump out, you don't know how high you are because you can't reference your height to anything around you. There's nothing around you that high. Clouds, maybe. And so you don't get that feeling. But I get that feeling when I watch other people on the screen sometimes. I get that feeling in a building, in a tall building. So that feeling is it's a nature's warning sign. That's what that is, nature's warning sign. Because you can get that feeling just crawling up or being on top of a farm silo here, which is only like, 60, 70 feet. You can get that feeling climbing a tree. So it's not a big thing. But yeah, you're going to get that feeling when you're watching other people. But when you're actually doing it, you don't. I don't know. Just weird. Weird that way, man. I trip all the time when I walk too because I got a fused ankle. Pick up your feet, stupid. That's what I always tell myself. Pick up your feet, stupid. Yeah, I've climbed TV towers, 1,000-foot TV towers. I've jumped off of one at 500 feet. But yeah, you get that feeling there too. But you just you do it. You just do it. Base jumping is that because you can reference your height to everything you're jumping off of. A bridge, an antenna tower, a cliff, a building, anything, anything that you can reference height to, you get that feeling. I got that feeling climbing antenna towers. I got that feeling jumping off the bridge in West Virginia. I didn't get to do a building or a rock jump. I'm too old for that now, so I'll never complete my base number, but I got 2 of them, so damn. It's something you do. It's fun. It's exciting. It's dangerous. Can be dangerous. Doesn't necessarily have to be. You just have to be well prepared to do what you're doing. You have to learn. You have to have the right equipment, have it inspected, all that stuff. You're lucky you're taller so you can reach the top. My wife is 5'1". She has to have step stool, 2 steps in the kitchen to reach top shelves and stuff. Most everything in my house, the top shelves in the cabinets is for storage of stuff you don't have to get ever, maybe once a year. Everything that she uses is down below waist level. Cabinets down here, which me being 6'1" hurts my back to bend over and get all that shit all the time. Because, like the Flower Gold Wizard says, you only get so many bendovers in life. So there you go. No, I don't know about guts. What I think it is I developed an attitude over the years because as a young man in high school and early on, I quit. I quit a couple things. And that's haunted me for the rest of my life. So after that, I made up my mind I wasn't quitting anything at all, ever, unless I was too injured or dead. And with that attitude, I moved forward and I went through the Army's parachute school. I went through Special Forces qualification course. And to graduate, it took me 6 years to do that, but I got it done. I never had a chance to go back to Ranger School. Did the military's Halo School, military freefall school. Went and did the Department of Agriculture's rough terrain parachuting school, which is what the firefighters have to do also. They take the firefighting portion of that school along with the rough terrain parachuting portion of the school. We had an agreement with the Department of Agriculture to do the rough terrain parachuting portion of that school out in Missoula, Montana, which we did. I got to go to that, which was a fun school, really fun school. Yes, and I did a couple of base jumps. And yes, I have like 1,300 skydives. I was a tandem instructor, accelerated free fall instructor, and a static line instructor. I went to the Army's static line jump master school and became a master parachutist. A couple of schools I didn't get to go through I wanted to was the military free fall jump master course and there was one. They no longer have it. It was a Pathfinder school. Our company had or battalion had our own Pathfinder school. So we went through that and they called it DZSO or something like that. DZ Drop Zone Safety Officer. But we had to go in. We actually went out to locations and surveyed 4 drop zones, submitted the paperwork to the Department of the Air Force, and they would be the ones that would say, okay, we'll use this for a drop zone, or no, we can't. And so basically we did our own Pathfinder school, but the Army had a Pathfinder school back in the day. They don't no longer have it. And I would like to have gone to that school. I'd like to have gone to the Jungle Expert School down in Panama too, but never got to go to that one because we weren't slated for jungle warfare. We were slated for either Russia or the Middle East. So that's what we were doing. That's mountainous stuff, desert stuff. So whatever. You're 5'10", 5'10"-ish. You're actually a very tall woman. Actually very tall. What's the average height for a woman? 5'8", 9, something like that? So you're tall. My wife is short, 5'1". And she liked back in the days, oh, I'm 5'2". No, you're not. You're 5'1" something. And now she's 65. She's shrunk that something, so she's 5'1". I was 6'2" back in the day. I was 6'2". What is 72 inches? Hold up a second. I got a calculator. Come here, come on. Apps, calculator. 72 divided by 12 is what? That's 6 foot. So 73 is 6'1". 74 would be 6. Yeah, all right. 73, 74. I was 74. I gradually shrunk to 73. I don't know if that was all a pounding under parachute or what, or just carrying a rucksack. I can never stand up straight again. I'm always hunched over. And now I'm 6'1" because I have a crushed vertebrae. And it hurts all the time. And I take pain pills for that. But haven't had any surgery on it yet. Hopefully I won't have surgery on it until I die. I had a wise surgeon one time, a doctor, tell me, she said, don't have any surgery done on your back ever until you can't stand the pain any longer. Makes sense, because I've had friends who have had back surgeries and they weren't happy with them. Now with the non-invasive surgeries and stuff, maybe it's possible. But I'm 69 years old and I really don't want to be laid up with another surgery again. Yeah, I got a brother from California that's here. Him and his wife. He's 6'4", 6'5". He's a police officer out there. Sheriff. Actually, yeah, he's a sheriff out there. No. Police lieutenant. Sorry, police lieutenant. He's in charge of the department where he's at, the little town where he's at. North of LA someplace. I can't remember the name of the town. But yeah, he used to work in the LA fire. He went to the LA Academy. He used to work the LA Police Department. He worked gangs and drugs down in central LA for a while until he got married, started having kids. Then he moved north, went to a smaller police department as a patrol officer, worked his way up to, he's now the lieutenant. So he's out here visiting. I had dinner with him, his wife, my youngest brother, his wife, my stepdad, and my youngest stepsister last night. And they're over at the nursing home with stepdad today, and they're playing cards, and I'm supposed to go over there now. But yeah, I'll put this stuff away. I will put some decent clothes on, and I'll go over and play some cards for a while, and then I'll come home. Yeah, I know. I was supposed to put the damn storm door on, but you know what? That ain't going to get done today either, probably. But I will call this dude that's going to send me the damn shit for my stove. I will call him and get that done. Yeah, we should. I've been trying to get that done. He was up in Cedar Rapids one weekend, didn't tell me. I could have drove down to Cedar Rapids. That's only a couple-hour drive. And he didn't tell me, so we didn't get together then, but he said he didn't have time anyway, so okay. But yeah, we'll get that done one of these days. Oh, there's A3 Sky Warriors in this state. Ronald Harris is in this state. Vote for Pedro is only a 2-hour drive for me up Minnesota. Durbin, Joe Durbin and Diane, they're a 6-hour drive north of me. Not a big deal. They see people, you just got to go and do it. That's all. And you know, we all get so wrapped up in our own lives with doing stuff that we don't take the time to just go visit, which we should do. Hey, freaking awesome's here. All right. Is that right, Jenna? You and Adam are 2 towns apart? Wow. Adam Hartman's a nice guy, man. From what I have gathered from dealing with him on the internet and the coin community, nice guy. Nice guy, from what I understand. And I will, oh shit. I got to do that too today. Who was it? I got to get, Hidden Numismatist. I got to get back to him, his email. I have some Canadian coins, some Canadian large pennies, and small nickels here. I have extra. I have to email him what I have for extra. Maybe he needs some. I don't know. Hi, Lisa. So we'll see. I got extra large cents. I have extra small nickels. And some I'm missing out of my book. What am I missing so far? I think I have 1 penny coming yet. I just put a couple in here. I am still missing, if you can tell, I am still missing 1, 2, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 5 on that first page, if you can tell. And then on that second page, I'm missing 2. Right up there at the top. Why am I missing an 1895 and a 97? I don't know. They're not hard to get. The last page, yes, that one's full. Oh, man. It's hard to hold a 3-pager like that. Yeah, the last page is full. The one up here, this H right here, that's a, did I get that? It's an 1862 H. That one has a really weak H on it. That one needs to be replaced. The rest of them are good. But that H is really bad. And it didn't fit in that hole real good either. So it makes me wonder about that coin. That's got a really weak H on it. You can see the bottom half of the H, and that's all. But the other ones are all just regular dates. I have all the H's, so. And so I got to get back with, he might have something that I need. I may have something that he needs. So I know we both collect them. Hey, Angry. What's up, buddy? Oh, I'll get it done, Jana. Hopefully before I die, but I don't know if I'll get the small nickel book filled, but I think I do have 1 penny book filled from 1920, the small pennies from 1920 all the way through the 80s. I think I'm working on the 90s and the 2000s now. It'd be up to 2012. So I think I got a decade and a half to find yet, but those should be easier, I think. Angry got some sleep. Angry got some sleep, so he shouldn't be too bad. Do you see what I got, Angry? What Seth sent me? Hold up a second. Seth sent me a Soviet paper dollar. 1 ruble is what Taragansu says. And that one's in great shape, too. It's only been folded a couple times, not bad. And then one of these, I don't know what it is as far as a denomination goes. That's the Soviet Union also. And I can't really tell exactly what the denomination on that is. Come on, you. Focus, you son of a bitch. It doesn't. There we go. It's 1. It might be 1 ruble also. It's 1 something or another. So that's the second and third piece of Soviet era money that I actually have. I got 1 little penny looking thing. Smaller than a penny, but it's brass like that, or bronze, or zinc, something. And then I got a sticker pack, of course. Then I got a half a pint of strawberry jam. Yeah, baby. And then I got this little 5 grammer silver good looker right there. Yeah, we open it up. She's in there. Woohoo! I still say she needs a boob job. And of course, best of all, we got a thank you card with a nice little note inside, which goes in my cigar box of notes over there. But yeah, buddy, that was a nice package. Hopefully, baby chilling today. And as soon as you say that, he's probably going to kick her right in the liver. And we know it's a boy because she told us it's a boy. I'm sure you had the ultrasound done. And because he was beating the shit out of her. And Jenna sent me a message with her baby registry on it. So I will try and take that and put it on my page if I can. I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to try it. Jenna, you should know babies by now. Babies don't get tired. They go like little machines, then they drop. Boom. They snooze for a while, then they go up and go like little machines again. It hasn't been that long. It really hasn't been that long since I've had babies, but I don't know. My oldest one is what, 31? My youngest one is 28. So I guess it's been a while, but I still know what babies are like. And mine were all girls, so I had the pleasure of worrying about every dick in school. And luckily, none of the girls got pregnant. My oldest daughter, when she was a senior, discovered that she liked girls. Okay, no biggie. And now she's married. Not to a girl, but a trans guy. Don't understand that. Never will understand the logic behind that, but that is life. My youngest daughter had a boyfriend, kind of. He was on and off, and he was an immigrant. Was he Polish? Yeah, I think he was a Polish immigrant. Young man, pretty nice. But she doesn't see him as much anymore. They still talk, and he will babysit her dog, and she'll do stuff for him. So I don't know how that goes, but she's more concerned with remodeling her house and stuff right now. And my youngest daughter has gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 boyfriends that I know of. And I actually liked the last one because he was an Iraqi vet. He was a MP in Iraq, this last Iraq war on terror. And I actually liked him. But she obviously didn't because he was gone so much. He's a truck driver now, so he drives truck. So he's on the road. And they used to ride motorcycles together all the time because my daughter has 2 Harleys. And um, they used to take trips all the time. Last trip they took was like a year ago. They went from here down to Oklahoma, over to North Carolina, out to the coast, back up through Indiana, Illinois, over back this way. And so they had a hell of a trip together, but she bought a house south of where he's renting. She was tired of renting, so she bought another house. My youngest daughter was the first one to buy a house. She was the first one to sell a house. And now she's bought her second house, and she's 29. So the girl's doing something right, and she has uh, two Harleys, newer car, pit bull. What more? What more? Mm-hmm. I don't know about couponing. They don't give out as much coupons as they did anymore. They do in some of the free papers that we get, but anymore with us, um, just the two of us here at home, we don't consume much anymore. So actually, couponing for us would be more work than it's worth. Um, I still shoot deer. I still shoot turkey. I still fish. So, I mean, we got all the food we need. I got a butchering room out here in my shed that I rent out or that we use during deer season. And people will just give me um, pork chops or steaks or brisket, or they'll just give you meat. So I have actually a freezer downstairs that's half full, a freezer up here in the mudroom that's half full. I have a freezer out in the shed that's damn near half full. That's mostly pork and mushrooms out there. Oh, I got a 50 pound box of lard out there too. So we don't need to buy lard anymore, although my wife does. I don't know why. And well, see, lard you could use to make homemade soap too, so that's what I was doing with it. But yeah, remember? Do you remember S&H greenhouse stamps? We used to get the stamps, you lick them, you put them in a book, and you get the book full, and then you take it in, you get shit for it. I remember that. My mom used to do that all the goddamn time, man. So it wasn't like it was that long ago. Yeah, I got to make some soap again. See, and I quit making soap because there was a lady in town. I would just trade her honey for soap, and that's where I would get my lye soap from. And she would put, fragrances in it or whatever. I just made lye soap, no fragrance or whatever, and she put fragrances and stuff in. And my wife liked to use it, um, and so I would just trade her honey. But now we haven't been doing that for a couple of years. I don't know why. She just maybe it's because I had surgeries. I was laid up for a couple of years. That could be. Could be. It could be on me. I don't know. But yeah, I guess maybe I'll have to go out and make some soap again. Yeah, well, mom used to cut coupons out of paper too. She'd have a wallet full of them. She had a special wallet for coupons. She had her wallet in her purse, plus she had a special wallet for coupons. And most of the time, the wallet with coupons is bigger than her wallet. So, all right, Lee says, gotta go do something. Yeah. And when you have kids, it makes sense to cut coupons and to cut the corners as much as you can off prices and stuff. And then, hey, Rhonda, how are you? Okay. On your channel, Rhonda? All right, will do. Late 90s. You didn't come around till the late 90s? Jesus Christ. I was retired from the Army then. I retired from the Army in 95. I retired from my civilian job in 2012. Quit saying that. You make me feel old. Damn it. I'm not old. I have long hair. I have long hair and a beard. I'm not old. As you get older, you like to see yourself like you were in your 30s, 40s. You think you can do all the same stuff. One day you come to the realization that, God damn it, I'm old. I can't do that shit anymore. I don't know when that was for me. I think it was when I turned 62. I started drawing Social Security. That might have been. Oh, Jenna, that's not good. That means I had nothing to do. I could be your father. I don't think I was out there at that time, though. In 96, I would have been in Chicago. Yeah, you're right, Taragansu. Collecting points, downloading store apps. Or you go into a store and they say, you want to apply for our credit card? If you apply for our credit card, we'll give you 10% off today. Holy shit, let me go fill up my cart then. And then you get home, you cancel a card, or you keep it for a month and then you cancel it and good to go. Yes, you do call me dad. And I don't know if you're my daughter, so I have to call you my adopted stepdaughter because I don't know for sure. Your son will be 43. Well, Rhonda, see, that could be because I and my wife, I didn't get married till I was 27, and she was 24. Yeah, 24. Um, just completed college, and then we played. We played skydiving for 10 years. We played and we moved. And I went to college for 2 years and we moved to Kansas City. We got married, moved to Kansas City. I went to college. She worked. She was actually finished her college at the University of Kansas City, University of Missouri at Kansas City. I went to DeVry University. I worked part-time jobs. She worked full-time job. After 3 years there, oh, I was in the Army Reserve down there too. After 3 years there, I got a job up in Greenwood, Illinois, which is a near west suburb of Chicago. And we lived in apartments in Naperville. Lived in an apartment in Naperville. We lived in when we were down in Kansas City. We lived in an apartment in Kansas City, South Kansas City on Truth, and then we moved to Overland Park. So we were on the Missouri side, and then we were on the Kansas side of the border because the border runs right down through Kansas City. So we were on both those sides. So 2 apartments down there, moved to Chicago, Naperville, got an apartment there. Finally bought a house in a western suburb called Bolingbrook. So it'd be south and west of Naperville a little bit, just north of Joliet. It's just over there by where SGT Stacking is, not very far from him. And we lived there for what, 11 years? Yeah, 11, 12 years, something like that. And I was in reserves there too. And then moved to southern Iowa because my job went away. My reserve unit went away and got another job in southern Iowa. Sold that house, bought that house, and was in the reserves down there until 95. So we moved down there. Okay, so in 96, we were in Iowa and not Illinois. All right. All right. Yep. And then we lived down there for 7 years, and then we moved up here to where I am because I got another job in Cedar Falls, Iowa, which would have been north a couple hours from Washington and still south an hour and 20 minutes from here. So I drove back and forth for another 13 years for work. So cool. There's a real brief synopsis of my history. And mom was born in 78 and your dad was born in 79. Wow, man. I do feel old then. I use one credit card. That's all I use. Um, because I have um, an investment account with Fidelity, so I use Fidelity card. Other than that, I don't have any cards. And I use a Fidelity card mostly just for buying silver and gold. Basically, that's all I use it for. Buy some, pay it off, buy some, pay it off. You know how that goes. Happy vaginal release day. Yep. Should call that bodily release day, but I guess vaginal release day makes it sound edgier. That's just a gateway. Whatever. Yeah. You also had no credit. Well, you know how to build credit, don't you? Get a credit card, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. Within your budget, every month, do that for several months, and then cancel the card. Or go to the bank, take out a loan. Don't use the money for anything. And then a month later, pay it back. Yes, you have a little bit of interest on it. And you can do that with small amounts of money to start with and gradually build it bigger. That's how you build credit. That's all it is. What is credit? What is credit? It's somebody trusting you to loan you money and they trust you to pay it back. That's credit. That's all credit is. It's an IOU, basically. Well, I mean, that's how money is created, right? It's credit. Go to a bank, borrow $1 million. What does the bank do? Okay, we'll borrow you $1 million. They don't have $1 million in the vault. They can't give you $1 million. What they do is they type it on a computer. It's digits, it's electronic. They sell that loan to the Fed, right? The Fed backs that loan in. But you can take that $1 million credit that you have and you can go down to different stores and you can buy stuff with that credit. And they're getting credits and they're putting it into their account. and then they're buying stuff with it. That's how money is created. They don't roll it off a printing press. They don't just magically put digits into the system. They can do that like they did during COVID or the bank bailout in 2008. They did that, inject liquidity into the system, which means they put digits into the system, which increased the supply of dollars, which increased your inflation. More dollars in the system, more inflation. Less dollars in the system, less inflation. That's the way it goes. So how do you tame inflation? You limit credit. How do you do that? You increase interest rates to acquire the credit. And then people say, I don't want to pay that much interest, so I'm not going to borrow any money. Inflation comes down. That's what happened during the late 70s, early 80s with Jimmy Carter and Paul Volcker, who was chairman of the Fed. And see, Trump wants to bring interest rates down, more liquidity in the system, which increases your inflation, which you are seeing now. Prices on everything are higher, right? Gas is higher, food's higher, everything's higher. Just like under Biden. But Trump wants to bring interest rates down, which is going to make inflation stay high. What Trump should be doing, and be very unpopular, would be to increase interest rates to 10, 12%. That's what he should do. Then people wouldn't borrow as much money. Liquidity in the system would dry up. They would take digits out of the system. That would bring inflation down. But he won't do that because he wants to bring manufacturing back to the United States. So inflation is going to be with us for a long, long while. Well, freaking awesome. Those 50 million that lost their homes shouldn't have had those homes in the first place. The banks should never have lent them money because the lending criteria got so weak that anybody could come in and say, yeah, I make this much a year. I want to buy a house. And the bank would say, okay, here you go. They never should have got loaned for a house in the first place. So all that was a big transfer of wealth. That's all that was. Who got those homes after the bank foreclosed on them? The bank got those homes. They got the deeds to that property. That's an asset for them, right? That's an asset to the bank. Because the loan was also an asset to the bank. So then pay the loan back, you get the house, you get the property. That's an asset to the bank. Well, see, and that's a fallacy. The government didn't bail them out. The Fed bailed them out. The Fed is not part of the government. The Fed says, yeah, I think that's a good idea, or nah, I don't think that's a good idea. The Fed doesn't have to go along with it. It's the bankers who made money. The Fed is a conglomeration of privately held banks. Okay, you got the Fed in Kansas City, the Fed in Chicago, Fed in St. Louis, Fed in San Francisco. Those banks are privately owned. The Fed is privately owned bunch of banks. That's what they are. The government is not the problem per se. Bankers are the problem. Yes, the government has way too many leeches working for the system, way too many programs and agencies and shit that duplicate what other ones do. And a lot of that shit should be shut down. A lot of that shit should be streamlined and made smaller. The IRS would be one. The ATF should be done away with. The FBI, Homeland Security, the FBI, the CIA is another one that should be reined in. The DIA, all the intelligence agencies should be able to talk to each other and should be able to share information, should be streamlined. If you want to keep all of those agencies, then they should be streamlined. But a lot of those agencies do the same job, and they could be done away with. That's what Doge was supposed to identify and do, but didn't. I mean, he did identify areas where they should become smaller and should be eliminated, but were they? We will see as the years progress toward the end of Trump's term how things progress. He's starting little by little. I think it's going to grow. I hope it's going to grow, that momentum. I hope he's going to bring people to justice that fucked other people during January 6th and did the Russian collusion hoax and did the email server fucking crimes that Hillary did. That whole cabal from Clinton on down, and it really came to a forefront during Obama. I really hope those criminals go to jail, but we'll see. We'll see. It's starting small with Comey, but hopefully it'll get bigger. All right, Rhonda, I will open up that tab, and I'll go back over here. Okay, did that. So I got that tab open. I'll go back and see that. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. Freaking awesome. But a lot of that happened because of the Patriot Act after 9/11 and the reauthorization of the Patriot Act, which never should have happened. The Patriot Act should have come to its end, and that should have been it. But it got reauthorized. So every motherfucker that voted to reauthorize the Patriot Act should be voted out of fucking office. The next election, next time they're up, should be voted out of office. What we need are younger people in Congress. J.D. Vance, good example. A lot more veterans in Congress. A lot of the war on terror veterans. People in their 30s and 40s. Not people in their fucking 70s and 80s that have been there for 30, 40, 50 fucking years. So when you people go and vote, please look at the ages of your candidates. Not just what they stand for, but their ages. Also look what they stand for, because you don't want to vote for someone who is anathema to your beliefs and what you believe in, and have them in office for another 50 fucking years. But you want to put people in office that believe what you believe, who have your best interests at heart, who are young and who are thinking in a young in a forward manner, not these old fuckers that are thinking back. Well, this is the way it was. It's good enough for us. It's good enough for them. No, no, the fucking world is changing. I'm fucking knowledgeable enough to understand that the world today is not like it was in the fucking 40s and 50s. Not the same. See that Halloween once a month? You know, I see people all over to have Halloween decorations, big fucking balloons and shit on the front yard, and big pumpkins and ghosts and stuff. Yeah, there should be term limits. You're exactly right, freaking awesome. And if we can get the Convention of States passed, we get enough states to agree, we will have that constitutional convention, and that will be one of the things that will get passed, in my opinion. Now, when we hold that constitutional convention, I don't want to have 80,000 amendments added to the Constitution that says there are more than two genders. Every gender should have its own day. Well, fuck, all that stupid shit. The Constitutional Convention should be for serious discussion about term limits, about how our government is run, what our basic rights are. That's what the Constitutional Convention should be for, not for stupid shit. And I can just see it now. I can just see it. I can just see it now. All the fucking crazies would come out of the woodwork. I can see it now. All right, here I am. Going on and on and on and on and on. It's been an hour and a half. Guys, later in the streams, more than likely. Seth, I want to say thank you for the little. I appreciate you package. I appreciate that. I do. Um, yeah, yeah. But I think we'll call her good for today. I think we'll call her good for today. I might have to upload a video later, but that might be all I'm going to do. I did upload 3 videos yesterday of my rock crusher, what it's made out and stuff, and I was crushing some quartz, and then I did another video. Well, I had to pause it in the middle because my neighbor came over. They were combining soybeans across the road, so while he was waiting for the semi to get filled, he came over and we had a talk because I hadn't seen him for a while. So there were 2 videos there, and then I did a video afterwards of me classifying the quartz that I crushed up. So, all right, guys, we will see you guys later. Check out my videos, check out my posts. I got new shit all the time, and I'll try to do more lives. But you see what happens? I start talking and I fucking don't quit. See you later, guys. Peace out. End stream. All right, there we go. I am ending the stream.